Hello, this is Miss Talk. My subject today is regarding Martin Luther King, and this is Martin Luther King Day. And I want to know, have we really progressed since the Civil Rights era in America? The reason why I'm talking about this is because I hadn't been off for Martin Luther King Day in a long time, and I was off this time, and I was just wondering why I wasn't seeing anything regarding Martin Luther King. And it's not just Martin Luther King. It's Harriet Tubman. It's about black people. And I didn't see any type of tributes from the youth or from all different eras that would be of today's 2018 and take on, have we progressed? There's so much going on now in the society in the United States and other countries that I'm asking you guys, do you think we have accomplished anything positive in the past 30, 40 years? Really, right now is what matters, because right now I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling that we have a right not to be on a slave plantation. I feel that we have a right to go out our house and come in when we want. That's if you're not incarcerated. But do you really feel free? Do you really feel that the last decade has been great for you? I'm thankful to be alive. I have to give thanks for Jehovah God and Jesus Christ that they have me here. But I want to know, how do you guys, especially you youthful young people, feel about the civil rights of today? What are you going to do positive? What are you going to do to bring us into entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is having your own business, whether it's a lemonade stand, whether it's a newspaper stand, or delivering newspapers on your own to make extra income, even if it's like a part-time hustle, so you can improve in case you get laid off or have extra change in your pocket to help yourself out or somebody else in your family and yourself. Do you think that we will achieve being able to have companies that can employ our people as well as other communities and races in America? Do you think that celebrities, especially black celebrities, that show their riches like on their arms and their necks, will start showing us the businesses that they're opening to employ their communities? Do you think that would happen? Do you think that will happen in the next 5 years or 10 years? Or do you think it's like agreed with inside the black community that they want wealth where they can show their wealth, but they don't want to give it back to the communities? For example, I see a lot of Jay-Z's franchises and Beyonce's franchises. I think Blue Ivy, if I'm hoping that's still their franchises in the inner cities, and it employs blacks and other low-income people where they can get jobs in their community, because in communities of large cities and small towns, you have a lot of boarded up window businesses that at one time flourished. And this could be jobs, even if they're small jobs or a small amount of people or groups of people in these communities. These could be jobs that employ young people, seniors, middle class people. That's if maybe they work part-time or they want an additional job. Do you think that the economic pie could be shared a little more if the black community that's rich would put more into their community instead of showing the youth what they have, but sharing it and giving them prosperity to know that they can go in their own communities and work and be employed by black people who have money. It's okay to walk around and wear clothes and show fashions, but what is the celebrities doing to employ their communities? It's okay to say you have money, but instead of showing money to your face and to your head and your diamonds and stuff, what are you doing for your communities? Like, if you have artists in Atlanta, what are you doing to help employ people in Atlanta, in your community? If it's in Cleveland, what are you doing to employ people in your community in Cleveland? If it's in New York, what are you doing to help people in, not the people on like Good Morning America where it's nice and beautiful and where they show the lights, but I'm talking about in the broken down neighborhoods beneath these buildings where jobs could flourish. Are you putting back into your community, or are you giving parties? Are you putting back into your community, or are you splashing diamonds on your wrist? The economic pie is not being shared. And the rich supposed to give back to the poor, not all of their money, but they're supposed to help the poor achieve. And I feel this is what celebrating Martin Luther King's holiday is. Not just talking about Martin Luther King. He had a dream. He had a dream, and he brought his dream to life through the help of Jehovah God. He died so we can all be as one. For we can live by each other. That has come to light. That's now. We live next door to each other, all different races. So we can talk to each other. We even can marry each other. That wasn't his agenda, but it's legal. And for us to be able to drink out the same faucets, that's not important to me about drinking out the same faucet as somebody of another race. The importance to me is being equal, because I am equal. I know I'm equal whether nobody tell me. I know this person of another race is no better than I am. I came from kings and queens. And I was always told that by my parents. I had a mom and a dad. They were married, and they still are married. And the family bond structure has been divided. And we have to bring that back too. But just don't marry somebody because they ask you to marry. You marry somebody who's right for you, who's going to let you be you. And I notice also in this day and time, females have to stop making the same face gestures and wanting to look like each other. Be yourself. You got to be yourself. God made all of us as one person, as ourselves. And if you can't be yourself, if you can't look at your face and your nose and be like, "Ooh, dang, that's my beautiful structured nose that God made me have," then it's a problem. It's a problem. You would never identify with who you are. So what I want to know in my comment section, and also please subscribe my channel. Please let me know, what do you think the progress has been since Martin Luther King passed away? Since the Civil Rights Bill was passed, since we were given affirmative action, which some of it's been taken away, since we've always had a chance, because from slavery to now, do you think it's backwards? Is things going backwards? Is you seeing that some people want Jim Crow laws enforced, but that will never happen. I'm hoping. I'm praying. But do you think in our community, do you see prosperity? Do you see the economic pie share? Do you go out your house and be like, now, if you was born in a family where you got a spoon in your mouth, of course. But I'm saying, do you think you can go and achieve and help others, and you can help your community, and then you can help other communities? Because everybody, just because they're white or of another race, don't mean that they're rich. But we are hit first, Black Americans, when the unemployment line come, when inflation come. We hit first. We the first ones to go. Then it's the other immigrants too. And we need entrepreneurship. Without entrepreneurship, it's going to be a struggle. Without entrepreneurship in our community, through the rich, they have to start helping their community. They have to express, even if you don't go to college, because college isn't for everybody. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream is for us to be self-employed, self-affluent, have our own schools. We can have other races in our schools, but we have to know how to run our elementary schools, not just our daycares. We have to know how to run our stores. We have to know how to run our community where we can make jobs and produce jobs, because we are a smart people. And it's not taking from other people, because we've always been here. We've been in Africa. We've been in America. It just wasn't called America then. So you got to learn yourself. And you got to learn who you are, and stop trying to be like other people and look like other people and make your face like other people. Be you. And if you are rich, instead of showing your money on your face, think of Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream. Think of Harriet Tubman when she crossed from the Mason-Dixon line to the north and went back and risked her life to bring others over so they can have their freedom. Think of Marcus Garvey. Think of all the minority Black men that made the stoplight, made the toilet stool, made all types of inventions that you need to learn about. So this is what I feel about Martin Luther King Day. I feel that we have overcome, but we got a long way to go. And we have to know that it starts within us and within our heart. And you got to know that you came from kings and queens. And let's continue to have that mentality of kings and queens and achieve in an event and praise and just help one another out. Until next time, subscribe my channel, and I will be back for another great topic. Until then, this topic was great for me, and happy Martin Luther King Day.